These months is...
come on. What's up with this water heater? Who put this water heater in? Who came with the house?
Came with the house.
Let me ask you a question. Do you love your family?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to keep them around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna move.
You want to move?
Yeah.
How soon?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Thank you so much for tuning in. It's me, Mikey Pipes. Sunday afternoon, February 22nd, 2026. The Northeast and especially the New York City metropolitan area, we're about to get slammed with the blizzard that they're anticipating is going to hit the Long Island, New York City metropolitan area in just about 2 hours. I hope it holds off because I got an emergency service call in Bellerose Terrace. We got a new residential client. It's got a gas-fired heating system. It's making a loud, horrible noise, and he's got no heat. I'm about 12 minutes away from the destination. Hopefully I get some content and get him up and running. But remember, ye who hopes dies in despair. So I'm not going to be hoping I get you content. I'm going to get you content, and we're going to get him up and running. That's the attitude you got to go in with when you're a service technician. Go in there that you're going to accomplish the mission. And then also, let's leave them with that memorable experience and maybe even sign them up for one of our maintenance plans. Are you guys ready? Let's go. How you doing, sir? Front door, side door?
Huh?
Front door, side door? How are you, sir?
Yeah, I was like...
Yeah. Hi, how are you? So your Nest thermostat is off right now, right?
It's still on.
Okay. Let's go. Here's my card, by the way. Let's go see the thermostat.
When did it stop working?
This morning.
How old is the thermostat?
This one?
Yes.
This is 3 years old.
Okay. Where's the noise it's making?
Is this?
So can you duplicate the noise? No.
It's like, do you hear it? It's usually silent. But I'm not sure. It's just...
Damper's open. Damper's open. GVT6. Yeah, GVT6.
I was like, let me not diagnose this. Like, let me get.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Is your water level normally this high?
I put it up a little bit. Usually when it doesn't, like in the morning, it doesn't run. It's like, oh, I need to come down, put water in it.
How often do you add water to the boiler?
These months is
Come on. What's up with this water heater? Who put this water heater in? Who came with the house?
came with the house.
Let me ask you a question. Do you love your family?
Yeah.
Okay. You want to keep them around?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wanna move.
You want to move?
Yeah.
How soon?
Maybe in 3 years once the school system.
I hear you.
School.
Forget about the boiler for right now. Exhaust gases travel up, uphill.
Yeah, I know.
Yours goes downhill. If I were to test your water heater now, the odds that exhaust gases are spilling out of the top of the water heater.
Yeah, I was seeing the rust, like, oh, that's not good. It's like, it might be a replacement.
So I don't know how you heard about us or what you know about my company, but I'm a firm believer in making sure that my clients are safe.
I was doing research on this because I took a picture in Google and I went upstairs on my laptop.
Yeah, and you found us.
It was a YouTube video. Then I linked over. And I was like, oh, let me check if you're around the area.
Yep, we sure are.
Yeah, I was like, oh yeah, guys. Because no, I usually do my research. Even though like these lists, like I don't know, like YouTube, and I just went to your channel, like the channel, and checked like.
And I have this particular case as one of my patients.
And you guys are like much more very educational.
Yeah, I try.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm like. This is a lot better than some guy that's not vetted.
Yeah, like the idiot who put this water heater in. That's a shame. And this is not there's nothing wrong. The issues with the water heater are not caused by the manufacturer. All right, it's caused by incompetence during the installation process. Right, this failure right here is because this fitting was not proper in that elbow, that fitting coming out of the top of the water heater. So that's nice and like, it's called a dielectric nipple, but that's nice and like steel color, and that's all rusted up because it was never done right and it was leaking probably from day one. And then when you have the water heater venting like that, it's just wrong. But
when I bought the house, the inspection told me to change it.
Told you to change it, right?
They told me to change it. So
and you haven't.
No. I told the last owner,
yeah,
it's like, I'm going to take this much when closing.
Oh.
Change it. So it's like, we'll do it. So I guess if I hire someone on a hack job, and I didn't get it re-inspected, I came out to the look, oh, it's new.
Yeah.
It's working.
I hear you. Okay, let's go see what's wrong. So the thermostat is on right now.
It's on. And
let's just try something. Let me just turn this off, because it won't be the first time. And we'll turn it back on. And let's see what this is set to. That is set to automatic operation. So that damper now is closing. And now it's opening. Oh, not yet. The Nest thermostat. The Nest is just for heating or heating and cooling?
It's just heating.
Okay. The damper's opening. And once that end switch proves, the boiler should kick on. Standing pilot.
And usually it starts.
But it doesn't start. Let's take a look under the hood. Power's off, so I'm not too worried about that right there. Okay, no pilot. And it's from 2011, so this is well, it's not brand new.
It's not brand new.
No,
Yeah.
your water heater was put in 2018 manufactured date. When'd you buy it? 2019, the house?
18.
Oh, because the water heater is manufactured on October 1st, 2018.
Yeah,
By the A.O. Smith Company. All right.
My mortgage, it was like 8. Almost 8 years of mortgage. Yeah.
Yeah. So let me ask you a couple questions. When's the last time you had any maintenance done on the boiler or repairs or anything?
No.
None.
Yeah, I usually, like, in the summertime, I try to drain it.
Gotcha.
Open the valve, drain a little more to get some
Okay.
debris out. So the pump air is like a drain
Okay.
it. That's really about
How
it.
often are you doing that?
Every season when it gets warm.
Once a year, or
Once a year.
the whole pump thing with all that good stuff you see there, or
Yeah, like all the gunks go out.
yeah,
I
and you do
flush
that
it.
once a year.
Once, and then before it gets cold, I do it again.
Okay,
Put
so
water
twice
in.
a year you do.
Twice a year, yeah.
Okay, and you do that why?
I just feel like logic when I'm
Did
like,
someone tell you to do that, or
yeah, I told you, but it's also like all the rust, like iron rust,
Yes.
like
sitting at the bottom of the boiler?
it's almost like cast iron pan.
Okay.
And I don't want boils settling and it goes into your system.
Correct. Oh wow, you're smart. Okay, since you're smart, I also assume you like to save money,
Yes.
right? Okay.
Yeah.
So with your steam heating system, I'm just going to give you a little spiel because you're paying for an hour of labor anyway. It's a minimum charge anyway. You have a steam heating system. You need to drain the boiler. A little bit of, not a full like 5-gallon bucket, but you need to drain some water from the boiler once a month during the heating season.
Once a month.
Once a month. You want to make sure the water remains clear. Right?
Yeah, I
It
do
stays
that.
clean.
Yeah, clear.
Right, which you said
clear as
already.
possible. Yeah.
But also so that low water cutoff right here, that light turns on. That's primarily why you want to do it, because if the boiler runs out of water and that low water cutoff device does not sense a low water condition and the boiler runs without proper water, you could cause fatal problems with the boiler. Your boiler could need to be replaced if it runs dry. But that's primarily why. It's that, and then keeping the water clean, which will save you money.
Yeah, I do that.
Right? So you seem like an intelligent guy because you already told me what you did already. I was like, okay, very good. He's one step ahead of the game. But also your boiler should be maintained and cleaned and taken apart. Not fully taken apart, like everything covered up, at least once a year. Now, is that excessive? Listen, depends on how dirty the house is, the environment, things like that. But what I'm trying to say is we have our maintenance plans for that, and I could sign you up today, and today will be much cheaper. But let me go get some tools from the truck. This appears to be hopefully something simple. It's not as simple as relighting the pilot because the boiler hasn't been touched since the day it's been put in. But you're probably going to need maybe the pilot flame sensor need to be replaced. Worst case scenario, it's going to be this gas control valve. But let's walk before we run.
Yeah.
Let me get in the truck. Let me get what I need for this, and then we'll get up and running.
Yeah. But the one thing is like there's no human touch to it.
Correct. AI. Yeah. So yeah, maybe you should learn HVAC. Yeah. I can tell you what school to go to and what not to go to. Crazy. So we're going to test the thermocouple and to make sure that that is doing what it's not supposed to or doing what it's supposed to be doing. All right, we're going to light this pilot. Let's see. All right, pilot is lit. Let's see what we get coming out of the thermocouple. We need around 30. Well, this could be a case just a bad pilot flame sensor, so you could be lucky. You have a okay flame, a little yellow though, but could use a cleaning.
Because this thing was buzzing like it could.
Yeah, no, you're just now that something's broken, you're analyzing everything. So any little noise that you didn't maybe hear before is just bothersome, and you notice it. But it's a relay. It's an electronic component that.
Once it's electronic, I'll pull it out and test it.
Yeah.
It's a relay, and then I look online.
So you're nowhere near enough. So we're gonna put a new flame sensor in there and get them up and running. Okay. Nice blue pilot flame. Hold that down for about a minute. Another big boiler, oversized for the house. Good old water heater. Let's see if we let it go. Not yet. Not yet. Sucks. That's a weak pilot flame. Now you got yourself a flamethrower. Beautiful. All right, we have a new pilot flame sensor. We have a new pilot burner. We have a nice new pilot flame now, not yellow like it was before. My glasses are broken. And turn that on. Low water cutoff's going to cycle. The vent damper is going to open and close, or close and then open. And then we'll have the click of the 24 volts being applied to the gas valve. And then Houston will have ignition. There's the low water cutoff satisfied. Damper should be opening in a minute. Right now it is closed. There's the click. Damper is opening. Abracadabra. Hallelujah. Houston, we have ignition. Right before the blizzard of 2026. Live the long life.